So the purpose of the Enlightenment traditions is, in the end, really quite simple. It's to correct a misconception about who you think you are. You think you are some kind of person with a body and a mind. And in fact, you aren't. You simply confuse yourself for these elements, when in fact what you are is beyond them. And the fact is, if you simply examined what you really were by eliminating all the things that are changing and of which you are aware, it would eventually be incredibly clear to you what you really are. And a story is often used to illustrate this, which is the story of the 10th man. And the idea is there's a group of people, a group of 10 people, and there's someone who's trying to count them, and he keeps coming up with only 9 people. Where's the 10th person? And you could search the world over, but the reality is that the person who's counting keeps forgetting to count themselves. And if this is pointed out, they figure it out. You're the 10th person. And that person understands that, the problem is solved. Now, if they're in a really crazy state of mind, if they're running around, if they're looking, if they're not willing to listen, right, they're not going to be able to absorb this simple fact, perhaps. And then they will be going in all kinds of unnecessary directions when the solution to their problem was right at hand. But if they are in a relatively calm, clear state of mind, and then this is pointed out to them, that you're the 10th person, you're forgetting to count yourself. And they don't merely look at it as if it's just words, right? Like, oh, okay, I know I must be the 10th person because I'm told that, right? It's not like it's because the words say so that it's true. The words are pointing to something. They're pointing to you. So the 10th person has to actually apply the words, look at themselves, and recognize that they're the ones being referred to. They have a calm, clear mind, and they attempt to understand the words. That's inevitably what's going to happen. And as soon as they understand it, the misconception is completely cleared up. That's it. They get it. So similarly, you think you're a body and a mind, but if you have a calm, clear state of mind, and then you're told, well, look, really examine what it is you are. You aren't actually any of these changing things. What you are is what is aware of all of these changing things, aware even of your waking state of awareness. You're aware of your memories. You're aware of your self-consciousness. You're aware of dreaming. You're aware of deep sleep, right? You're aware of all of these things. Well, what is that? The thing that's aware of all of them, which is not a thing, is you. You can't just hear those words and accept them. I mean, that could be a step on the way, but ultimately what has to happen is you have to apply them, which is to say, to notice all the changing things, and notice that they're not you. And when you see them all, recognize that they are not you, what's left? The 10th person. That's you. Right? So that recognition, the words, the looking, precipitate in a calm, clear mind a very simple recognition that gets over the misconception that you are something that you simply aren't. And that's how the problem gets solved. Now, there's a little bit of an extra fun thing, which is the reality is even the idea of the existence of the misconception is also a misconception. That is the case with liberation, right? The misconception is there's anyone who's under this illusion. There's no one under this illusion. But that's something you'll recognize for yourself if you look.